make sure you stand on the red carpet.
I know. Oh, you know what? Because you're singing it, you're about to sing it in Spanish, and so that's kind of being silly. When we're
Oh yeah, because I was getting, it was going to confuse me, and then I wasn't going to be able to help you.
He's like, that wasn't silly.
I see your point. Okay, fair enough.
She didn't know you were singing in Spanish, Lovey. We'll see you.
Thanks.
And here.
On the carpet. On the carpet.
Oh, I don't see her. I don't see her.
All right. See you Friday. Or no, I guess I don't see you tomorrow.
Oh, I'm here on Friday. Okay, I was gonna say, oh my gosh, I have nobody to bring him, but it's me. Okay.
What do you mean? I'm lost. What do you mean? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because I'm leaving after, I realize I'm leaving, I intentionally am leaving later.
Gotcha.
There.
Okay. So, thank you. You need help with something? Would you like to tell me what that something is? Thank you for writing the note.
I need help with the bow exercises under that. And
Well, just show me the easy ones first. What is? Show me all the ones that you know so far. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, that's not. Oh, maybe you're trying something else. Tap that. Tap that. All right. You put your bow on the stand. Take that pencil off the stand.
Okay, she's starting.
All right. So now the pinky push-ups. Let's just do it this way. It's easier to see. But you can't do this with a bow. Okay? You can't do it. The bow. Hold it this way. So you push out with the pinky, but this part comes back in, and then you bring it back. Out with the pinky. Yeah. So it twists. It's like twisting. And so if you look from this angle, the pinky pushes out, but this guy pulls in. And then the thumb just stays bent the whole time. Yeah, can you bend your thumb for a second?
it's hard because.
It is totally hard. I need to tell you something that's very important.
Yeah.
If it's easy, there's no reason for me to assign it. Well, except for a few things. Are you understanding that?
Yeah.
So if it's not hard, you probably should tell me, and I should give you something that is hard.
Oh.
What?
Nothing. So it's expected to be hard.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're not learning anything. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Let's think of it. Do you need to practice walking? No, because it's easy.
Except you need to learn how to when you're really little.
Yeah, but it's hard then. You fall down on your bottom. It's perfect timing. It's when you're wearing diapers. The diapers are padding. But now, if you fell down every 5 steps, you'd have and your bottom is much further from the floor.
And you might break the house if you wait.
Because it's true. Like if I kept falling, there'd be a hole in the middle of the floor. Right? Okay. So yes, the other one was this. And here's the other thing is sometimes there's assignments that are meant to be I don't want to say.
There's also like that.
So down and up. There you go. That's it. Down. Wrist goes down. Sometimes I like to do this sitting down, but this is perfect. You're getting it. If you can do it without sitting down and
So I just moved my wrists.
your wrist and fingers because you're trying to keep the pencil straight up and down. Right, and then up and down. Here, why don't you come here. Don't come here because you're wet. Okay, there we go. I'll come to you. Okay, so this is straight like a table, right? And you go down and up. And you can even do that where you lean on a table. I don't like my position, but just, there you go. So you can do this at school when you're getting bored. You need some extra board. Well, like when the teacher isn't starting or the teacher's helping somebody else or.
Yeah.
Does the teacher ever help other kids?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, that's fine. Teacher can help.
Or you can just do this.
Yeah, but that doesn't help you play the violin. I suppose you could do this.
It's a seesaw for your fingers.
Exactly, that'll help play the violin. Mm-hmm. You know what I saw?
It's sort of like for the waving.
Yes, but we don't want to look like a duck. Give me your best bow hold. Best bow hold. Thank you. There we go. Fingers only. You don't need that. That one's for book 1 kids. Do this one. This is for book 4 and 5 kids. We have to get ready for perpetual motion, then we have to get ready for the bach at the beginning of book 5.
The perpetual motion?
Do you not know that in book 4 there's another perpetual motion?
No.
That's the problem. The CDs don't announce the name of the piece. They just play them. You're listening to book 4 CD, right?
Yes.
Excellent. So it's that's called perpetual motion.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Look, did you see my fingers?
Yeah, but when it goes on, it sounds really cool.
It sounds really what?
It sounds pretty.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I love it. This is fun.
But it's all doubles. Unless you did.
It's true. It's all doubles. So that makes it a little bit easier than if they were singles because it's so fast. Okay, get your book. E flat major scale. What's in it?
B flat, E flat, and A flat.
Mm-hmm. And E flat arpeggio. Lovely. Okay, so wait. Now you
To
can
do
do.
2 octaves.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Good. Now you know the scales are a great place to practice the same way you would tonalization. Big, juicy, rich sound, right?
Yeah.
Concerto tone, like we did in group class.
Yeah.
Were you there when we were talking about what a concerto is?
No.
Do you know what it is anyway?
It's sort of like I know what it is, but I don't know how to like say it.
Oh, okay. It's where there's a soloist, which would be you,
Yeah.
and you're accompanied by a big orchestra, which could be like 100 people. And if you're having a conversation with 100 people, you have to be pretty loud, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're standing in front of the orchestra and you want the audience to hear you, but the orchestra's also playing, you have to be pretty loud.
Yeah. Or if there was 1,000 of you, you would do
1,000 of you?
1,000 accompanied.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, but that's not going to happen because there aren't very many stages big enough for that.
I'm sorry, wasn't there something this morning that you said that you didn't understand that was written about tone on the paper?
Oh, also the tone. What do you mean by the tone on bow exercises?
So that, I think, sometimes I'm going to write things that we've discussed before. I'm just going to keep writing it the same way. So I don't mean for it to be the bow exercises where you practice tone. I'll write tone a little bit lower. It's that you get to play whatever you want and practice beautiful tone.
Oh.
So I don't put it, I'll write anything there. Now you know.
You
Like
mean
any-
for a warm-up? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, or instead of tonalization, because I
Yeah.
felt like the kids who had been doing tonalization for a while were,
Wanting some other
variety.
variety.
Yeah,
It's
you're
sort of
allowed
like-
to choose tonalization, but also some
Or,
ownership options.
or you could just do 2 review pieces, and then one could be from that box, and then the other could be from the review.
Two.
Like you could
You
play.
know you're playing in that concert, right? And
Yeah.
you should be reviewing your list. Yes?
Yeah.
That's it. Just, I'm gonna leave that, play and list. So I would pick slow stuff. Long, long ago, chorus, waltz, the slow sections in your slights, concertos, twinkle, lightly row, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead, do your 2 octave E flat major scale. I mean the 2, do it one more time. 2 slower. There you go, arpeggio. go too slow. Make it harder. Riesler, make it even harder. What do you think? Pretty juicy, huh?
Yeah.
A flat major scale. Good, arpeggio.
I forgot. I thought I had to shift.
Nah, good things. That's it. Oops.
Oopsie.
That's why I have a carpet.
Yay.
Okay. G minor scale, right? One. Arpeggio. G chromatic scale. Yeah, and all of it start to do more bowing patterns.
So there's no such thing as having an arpeggio for a G chromatic scale?
No,
Yeah. There could be.
there isn't. You could invent some fancy arpeggio.
Maybe, I'm thinking of how to do it.
Well, an arpeggio is just a chord,
Yeah.
but one note at a time.
Yeah.
So, it would be something that you would want to listen to, even if the notes were played all together. You know,
That sounds weird.
if the notes were all played together.
Yeah, if you had all the notes that you played the first time before the notes, like, and you just play.
Oh, and play those all at the same time. You think that would sound weird?
It might be the G.
Here, try it. You play. You play G. Do you think that sounds weird?
Oh, you're D-ring. No.
I like that.
I feel like it's like the G minor scale,
Mm-hmm.
arpeggio.
That was the G minor. That was the G minor arpeggio played as a chord.
Yay. Some of it,
And,
not all of it.
well, that's true. Not both octaves. We don't have enough fingers for that. All right. Or enough strings. We do tunes.
Okay. We're not on 25 yet.
No. Let's jump to the fourth line. What line is that? That's not the fourth line. Show me the fourth line. Point to it.
Oh. Right here?
Yeah. to the next page, right?
I only played this.
You didn't play the next page?
I only played that last line, this, and this.
Okay. Why? What made you stop at the end of that line?
I was doing one measure at a time.
But at this point, you've played all that. When you say you played, you mean you're learning a new measure each day or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you already knew it. At your
No,
last lesson. I thought you played that at your last lesson. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll mark it for you. Okay, play that last line. Of page 11, and then we'll go to 12 in a second. Turn the page. Swing your arm. Mhm. Elbow, where's your elbow go for the A and E string? Mhm. Arm, yep. Yeah, so in this you just have to make sure that you're swinging your arm. Okay? Now let's do the next line. Next line. Okay, so how do you get your finger to change strings? You twist your arm, right? Yeah, there you go.
I'm pressing too hard.
Good, you notice things like that. That's great.
Yay.
Woohoo! So I expect you to go all the way up to there. You do not need to learn one measure at a time. You just did it all.
Okay.
Well, yes. However, can you say something about what might have happened if you tried to do that at home? Would it have been the same as what you did it with Danielle? What would have happened if you tried to do that much at home? Can you make a guess? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious.
I don't really know. I don't feel like it.
You don't
but
feel
I
like
know
what?
Why?
Well, like you don't feel like doing it, you mean? Is that
No, I don't feel like it's gonna sound the same.
It might not. But it can sound bad and you can still do it.
Okay.
Just because one measure sounds bad doesn't mean you don't need to do the next one. You can still do the next one, right?
Yeah.
And maybe the next one will help the previous one.
Yay.
I was just curious, Ella, if there's something about Danielle being here that makes you feel stronger, possibly.
Does it feel easier when I'm around?
I don't really think about it.
Okay.
So how about this? If you don't go all the way to where I drew the pencil, write down why.
Okay.
Because the truth is, I think you could handle the rest of the page.
Yay.
And you're welcome to go on if you want, but make sure you go all the way up to the line or write a note why you're not.
Wait, so now it's just going on to flats.
It's the same, so it's the same, just remembering to rotate your arm. Twist your arm, however you want to think about it.
Now
Okay.
let me right here.
Yeah, it's the same, but it's the same thing, it's getting your fingers to go across the string. Make sense?
I feel like it's pretty easy, but it's not.
It is pretty, for you it's easy. There might be some mystery moments like, where do I put my finger for that? But physically you could do it, it would just be a reading mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah? And mysteries, you know what happens with mysteries?
You solve them
Exactly. Do you like to read mysteries?
sometimes.
I used to read like Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys when I was growing up. Have you ever heard of those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. You read them, they would solve the mystery of the missing shoe or something. But you could solve the mystery of the hidden note. Where is that note? That's what you could do. Mystery week. Okay, Wolfart, number 4. Do you remember the fancy thing we were doing with Wolfart? Number 4 and first etudes, number 11.
Fancy fingers.
What's that?
Fancy fingers.
Yes. It was a
Where
nice
Oh, it's
theme.
right here.
Yes, there you go.
F. I just wrote F for fancy.
That works, as long as you don't play an F. Get it? Just play an F the whole time. Okay, you were so focused on the fancy fingers, you just forgot about that, right? No. Just start right where you are.
Can you do like fancy fingers or walk or something while you're in the middle of the measure?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh. Oh, good.
You can do it any place as long as it doesn't interfere with what you're playing.
I skipped the D or the B. I forgot.
Okay, you can do a do-over. Where are you?
Oh. I thought I was going down the scale.
Yeah, you're getting it. Some of them could be a little sooner. You could have a few more in there. What happens if you don't get the walking finger?
You can do it over.
You always get do-overs. You know what the nice thing about music is? You know how when you're like in school and you make a mistake, you erase something and get a do-over?
Unless you don't have any erasers.
right? But in music, you don't need erasers. It's automatically erased when you're done.
Yay.
Isn't that convenient?
Sometimes. Maybe.
Maybe if you want to keep it, like, wow, that was beautiful. Oh man, it's erased.
Yeah.
Then it's not so good that it's always erased. But yeah, have your memory of it. All right, can we do the first etude with the little walk?
Okay. This time I just built fancy. I go extra one and fancy for the other.
So, it's a nice idea to write it all down. I think as you keep going with this stuff, you don't even have to write it down. You'll start to figure it out while you're playing. Right?
Almost every measure has a fancy figure.
Yep. That's why I picked this one for the fancy skill. So this week do 12.
Okay.
All right, let's play some sights.
Yay.
Which is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
No.
By the way, number one most important thing on your list is quintetudes. Everything else is going really, really well. Not the quintetudes isn't going well, but I just realized as we're talking about this, that your next piece is Sights Concerto with all the double stops. So this week is going to be double stop heaven.
What? Oh, do you want to show her our game? I don't know if you have time.
I don't know.
I like games.
Well, usually now sometimes when we do double stops, we thought that it sort of sounded like a train whistle.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're thinking that every time we play a double stop, we are like train robbers or something, and I have a bandana in my case.
And
Excellent.
when they're really hard, you can spit in your bandana, not on your violin. Terrible. We shouldn't tell them.
Thanks.
No.
I'm so glad you're not spitting on your violin. Worse yet, in your violin. Better in a bandana.
Well, you know, bandits do spit quite a bit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that why it's bandit? Because they spit?
Sure.
Bandit spit? Alright, let's hear some sights. No spitting in my house. No! Number one most important thing in playing violin is, especially when you know a piece this well, have
Dynamics.
no. That's my favorite thing. That's not the most important. Have a spit fest. No? Have fun. Now, come on. You don't know that rule? Okay. So whatever you do, better be having fun.
And
Even if you're
having
stealing-
fun means fast. Sometimes.
Or it could be, yeah. Doesn't mean pick up the tempo. You could just have a faster bow and lift with speed and lift with speed. And
But don't swat.
But don't swat, yes. I don't find swatting flies very fun anyway, so it's not like you're missing
Or
out on anything.
swatting bees.
No, that's just scary. Spit at bees.
I thought there was a swatting section.
There was.
There's a don't swat section.
Yeah.
Don't swat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's like a kicking, like your bow's already on the string and then you get the fly out of the way, but you're not actually like swatting at it.
I see.
I like your little house arrangement.
Why, thank you. All right. Swat it. The houses. Was that fun? For you, you can have more fun than that. Now I hear the fun. Ba-dee-da-dum, ba-dee-da-dum. What's happening?
I thought I was going too fast, and then I was just doing single bows.
Just go too fast. Just go too fast, whatever. That'll be fun.
I did practice it with the metronome, but I sort of went off speed.
You mean just now you went off speed?
A little, I guess.
How fast did you get it at home?
I wrote it down. Concerto A minor.
Wrong piece. Just come on. Stay focused.
Okay. 184.
For the eighth note?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Wait.
Keep going. So you tried to play faster than that today. So, when you get to your 16th notes, go see if you can keep working up faster and faster and faster.
I'm almost at 200 because on perpetual motion I got to 200 and it feels the same, but different notes.
Okay. You have to get past 200.
Okay.
You
Good
need-
thing there's a 208 and 212 on my
You have to go
metronome.
past that. When you get to the end of your metronome, I'm ticking on eighth notes, and you have to have the metronome tick for dotted quarter notes. Make it more.
I think I'm doing it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing it for the 8th note or for the dotted quarter note.
Check. doing 160, what'd you say? 180 or something?
184.
Then you're doing the 8 note. You're not doing the diacord note.
It would be too fast.
Yeah. All right, so keep working at it. It sounds great. You have to have fun. At the top of the page, dee-da-da-dee-dum-bum-bum-da-dee-dum. Can you do the dynamics that are marked instead of just each bow being a swoop?
Yeah.
Okay. Sights number 5.
Yay.
Don't worry about that. Just play. Just play.
I don't know what speed it is.
I need you to just play. You're out of time. Vibrato on this section. Dee-da-dee-da-da. Woohoo! Nice chords there at the end. That was great. Real quick, page 1 dynamics. Triplets, big, thick tone. Okay.
I was just trying to rush a little.
Do whatever tempo is comfortable. The composibles. On the 16th notes at the end, I want you to practice with a metronome ticking on 8 notes. Okay. It's actually a decent speed. We could go faster, but this way it'll help you even out your okay?
Well, I'm not doing 138 anymore, and now I'm doing 144.
I'm telling you, change it so that the metronome's ticking on 8 notes.
Okay.
Alrighty?
Okay.
Coming along. And then vibrato in this slow section.
Okay.
Let's go. Thank you all.
Okay.
So the kid that we followed around at Crowden